Hi, and welcome to Nursery Rhymes in Modern Times, where we explore some of the more traditional and contemporary nursery rhymes and how they may or may not be relevant to a modern audience. Today, we're going to be talking about history and how history and changing times can influence how nursery rhymes land with families of all kinds of backgrounds. So, today, we're kind of focusing on how the history of creating different nursery rhymes and when they came about changes their meaning as time goes by. So when you have different nursery rhymes that maybe were created in like the 1700s or 1800s, some phrases and words may have been completely normal and usable at the time, and over the centuries have changed in their meaning. So things like Kookaburra, if you're familiar with the song Kookaburra, Kookaburra sits in the old gum tree, Mary, Mary, king of the bushes, he laugh, Kookaburra, gay your life must be. So that was written a while ago. We have many generations of folks who are familiar with this song, and the word gay that's used in it is intended to mean happy. That is not always the way that word is used in contemporary society, so that changes the way that the song lands with different audiences. So there becomes a question when you have some historical context like this, where at the time that it was written, that is what the word intended to be meant. So when you look at it today, how do you either communicate that to your audience, or do you maybe adjust the wording slightly in order to land with a more contemporary audience? So there are some thoughts there. I don't know that there's necessarily a right or wrong way to do this. If you do change the word, is that sufficient? Does that inherently change something about the initial song? Is it okay to change these songs that people have known and grown up with in order to land better with contemporary audiences? I don't know what the right answer is. For some, it's absolutely the right answer. For others, perhaps not. And as you're talking about parents and grandparents and great-grandparents sharing these songs with their progeny, is it okay to change it for the people who have been singing it a certain way their whole lives? There are a lot of factors to consider in this, and each family and each setting is different, of course. So what do you do when you are faced with something like that? When you come across a word in a song that has existed forever and suddenly you say, oh, that is not what that means now. Or, oh, if I say that, that might land in a totally different way than maybe it was originally intended. So especially if you're somebody who is a teacher or a librarian who's singing this song to a group of children and families, you have a bit of a responsibility to make sure that the things that you're communicating are relevant and appropriate to the audience that you serve. So depending on what it is you want to make sure everyone is comfortable with and aware of, you need to be super aware of the songs and the words that you're choosing in order to make sure that they fit well with not only the audience that you have, but also the audience that you intend to have in your setting. So knowing also that as you're doing this, you are engaging with these children who will one day be leaders in our society. So there's a kind of a weighty responsibility there for anybody working with these young people, because you are helping to build the foundation that will help serve them as they become leaders in the community. So take all of that in stride. Think about how it might work for you and your community. I would love to hear your thoughts, feelings, any experience that you've had with this, either changing the wording or not, and how that has impacted your ability to use older songs with your families or with your own children. And I would love to hear more from you in any regard to any of these conversations that we've been having. Feel free to share comments below. You can also reach out to me directly, and I have put that information in the contact as well. Thank you for joining us for this week's edition of Nursery Rhymes in Modern Times. Remember to like, subscribe, and share. And also, make sure that if you want to communicate, please feel free to do so. I am looking forward to seeing you all next time. Bye.